United make their move on a striker finally. Joshua Zirkee. Contract made with Joshua Zirkzee's agent Kia Joorabchian over the last few hours, apparently, according to sources. We'll get into where that story's come from, what's going on there. Very interesting read in the Mirror from Disco Dave in the Mirror regarding Ten Hag and what he's come out with and apparently said regarding some of his players' mentalities. And one crazy, and we'll check to make sure, of course, that it's not lost in translation and dive into what's actually been said on it and where it's come from. But yeah, Ten Hag's opinion on why some of his players were injured last season and it not being actually physical, being mental strength to actually get over an injury. And Ten Hag alluding to some of his players and the pressure and the negativity around Old Trafford affecting their injuries and how they recover from it. Some probably hiding away, he's saying. So is he calling out the players, or is he just trying and quash the negativity and try and make a fresh start for the season? Well, we can look at it all different ways, but effectively, he is calling out quite a few of his Manchester United players and why they were injured last season. So, yeah, interesting read on that. We'll go into that. I want to get your opinions on that and see which side you're on with that one and where you think it's coming from. Is it Ten Hag doing the right thing and giving a bit of a rally cry before the season starts? Or is he sort of digging himself a hole if some of these players aren't shifted on in the summer? Then he's got to deal with what he has just said, because it's quite clear some of the players that haven't been available for Manchester United and who they are. So how will that affect him going forward into next season? Interesting on that side of things as well. Please give the video a like to kick us off. Please subscribe to Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Welcome along to the show, everybody. And yeah, there is a great game going on right now between Turkey and Georgia. Currently still 2-1 as I've seen it last into the last 15 minutes, I think, that game now. So yeah, only 2 games today, no early kickoff, so everyone's had a bit of a break. I am going to be live on Tifo, link in the description, guys. I want you across onto the watch line. We're going to be on Ronaldo, Bruno, Dalot and Neves watch later tonight. 8 o'clock kickoff, watch along, Portugal against the Czech Republic. So make sure you tuned in for that one, guys. Yeah, let's get into what's going on with Manchester United. And we are starting with Joshua Zirkee. I did a full piece on Zirkzee and it got completely blown out because of the Branthwaite news coming up. There's no real update on Gerald Branthwaite, so no need to go into that. We talked about that earlier on today. We're completely up to date with that. But a story coming out around Joshua Zirkee, and it reads, and I've seen this account come up a couple of times now, on what's actually, I'm just going to go through everything that's actually been said. First of all, from Florian Plettenberg, obviously from Sky Germany. Joshua Zirkee is still one of the desired targets for Manchester United in attack, who are now closely monitoring the striker's situation again. I wonder why that is. Why did we move away? Did we find another target? United are aware of a concrete interest in Zirkzee from AC Milan. I actually thought it was going that way according to reports last week, but maybe United have actually come in and actually made contact, which we're going to talk about next, actually. However, the high commissions and demanded fees are currently complicating a transfer. United are also informed about this. So a complex transfer, and it's complicated, and why AC Milan haven't managed, off that news last week, that they were very close to getting the deal done, get it over the line. Now, there's another account called Nick Semeraro, I think it's said, or pronounced. He's the communications officer for Juventus. Now, obviously, Italian football again, and this is where the link is from this one. It's a growing account, and a few people have tapped into his account. He's letting out quite a lot of bit of news at the moment regarding players from Serie A. It reads on this: Manchester United have contacted Joshua Zirkee's agent Kia Joorabchian in the last few hours. So off the back of Florian Plettenberg and Joshua Zirkee there from Sky Germany, we've now got a source in Italy saying that United have made contact. Maybe his head has been turned. Maybe United have turned the screw on this deal. What AC Milan looked like they had over the line, but it'd be interesting to see exactly what complications they're talking about and why this is a difficult deal to get over the line. And I don't know, it's never black and white, is it, with a United transfer? We seem to get the awkward ones. There is a release clause in Joshua Zirkee's contract, which is why everyone's attracted to him. I did do a piece on him, a video last week, and I was bigging up the pros and cons. Like, he's huge. He's quick, strong, he scores goals, direct. straight out number 9 striker, exactly what Manchester United need to compete with Rasmus Højlund. I do believe that he would want to play first team football though, and not play, like I said at the time, second fiddle to Rasmus. But he wasn't going to the Euros. He has now been called up to the Euros because of Frankie de Jong dropping out. Yes, you did see me on Sky Sports earlier on, Caesar. That was me. He dropped out, Frankie de Jong, as we all know. Zirkzee has taken his place, so he got called up. There was a big story about it. He was over in Disneyland. He had to cut his holiday in Disneyland short with his family just to get across to Germany and meet up with the Dutch squad. So, yeah, he is now there and part of the Holland squad. So nothing is going to happen realistically with Zirkzee anytime soon. So I think this has given Manchester United an opportunity to actually get in there. Like, if Milan actually wanted to get the deal done, if there was any complications, they're not turning them around quickly now because, as we know, the player is going to be away for quite a while. It's going to be a few weeks. So nothing really gets done transfer-wise with players that are in the Euros or any major European or international tournament in the summer. So it's giving United a bit of time to actually figure out what's going on, what the complications possibly are with Zirkzee, and make their move, it would seem. So contact made with Kia Joorabchian. When we all know who Kia Joorabchian is, back in the day, he was one of the super agents, probably still is, and has got a few decent clients on his books. So it's going to be really interesting, Manchester United dealing with him. If I'm right in thinking, I'm sure it was the Mascherano and Tevez saga that he was in charge of. I'm sure that was him. I'm sure someone like Graham would pop in and let me know that is a definite on that one. But yeah, that's what if you're thinking I recognise that name, yeah, he was one of them agents back in the day. When it burst on the scene and agents were actually becoming A-list celebrities, it seemed. He was one of the names and one of the guys around. He is still around, and I've still got quite a few footballers under his wing. So it's going to be interesting now what Manchester United do, and if Zirkzee is the type of striker. I said this in a separate video. I said, like, he's a player that is now going to be able to play Champions League football next season. Bologna made it through the coalition, finishing 5th in Serie A. So, yeah, 5th place. And because we didn't, in the end, do well in Europe, we didn't get that extra place that we were fighting for and hoping we were going to get at one point. Italy got it, and Bologna profited from it. So he's at Bologna now. He's got Champions League football in the bag. The other two teams that are fighting for his signature are AC Milan and Arsenal, and they are both obviously in Champions League football as well. So he has got better options in terms of competitions he's going to be playing in next season. Again, we go back to what we were saying about Gerard Branthwaite this morning in how Manchester United are managing to sell the club to the players. How are they convincing these players to come in to Manchester United when it's only Europa League football, when they can obviously and clearly be playing Champions League football elsewhere? That's the important thing to look into in it again. But I think what you've got to look at as well is another young player, another young striker for Manchester United to get into and get the most out of. And maybe easier to convince as well. Going to be lower wages again. And a striker that knows where the back of the net is. Good goal involvement last season. Come through the Bayern Munich Academy. Played at a decent level. He's actually got a Champions League medal, believe it or not. It's crazy. Now, he didn't really do much for Bayern. Came through, loaned out, and then eventually sold out. And Bologna have got him right now. So it's going to be difficult with the competition that we've got. But again, we asked the question, what are Ineos made of? Can they make this happen for Manchester United? Because Zirkzee is a very, very good striker. I'm going to get into the chat and see what you guys think in a minute regarding Zirkzee. If you think he's the right type of profile player. Do you like him? Have you seen much of him? We may be able to see more of him as the tournament goes on with Holland in the Euros. So, yeah, you just don't know. We'll see. But we'll get into the chat next. Guys, please give the video a like. Let's get that up to 100, please. We've got to get there before 15 minutes tonight, guys. So, mods, get on it. We've got plenty in the room, so let's get them likes up to that 100 mark, please. We need to do that within the next 5 minutes, please, everybody. So, get liking the video, and thank you, everyone. Right, Kaz, I remember 5 months. I should hope so too, Kaz. Only joking. Using my member chat to say thanks to all the mods. Couldn't have said it better. Great team we've got here on Forever United TV. Absolute legends, the lot of them. Apparently Joorabchian wants a Raiola-sized payment. Nothing new there then, says Graham. There you go. That is definitely the man then. Says it all. Big payments for the big agents. That's what it is and what we're used to. So it gets complicated because AC Milan have to deal with financial fair play. Squad ratio rule kicks in with that. So that includes players' wages, player transfer fee, and of course, agent fees are calculated by financial fair play. That's the model that's coming in with PSR in the Premier League as well when it's voted through at the end of the season. So that there tells you why there's complications straight away. I think Graham nailing it there. Big fees, how you balance that out with UEFA and FFP. Well, obviously the revenues for AC Milan are not as great as the Premier League. And yes, you get a lot of money from the Champions League. And you can balance the books with that money coming into the football club. But still, it's difficult when you've got player coming on them wages and then you get a big hefty agent's fee right on top of it as well. And that is definitely where the complication is, I think, for AC Milan. So, yeah, I think Manchester United will be able to, I think, handle the fee a little bit better than what... a spider right in front of me. Go on down there, son. There you go. Doing my kindness bits. Not crushing him or anything like that. Don't kill him. Told Adam to come for a night out in Brighton in the second game if you fancy it. That's Matt talking to Kaz. Don't know why. We do watch-alongs on a platform called Tifo if you fancy joining us. A lot from the chat. Get on for a chat. Yeah, please, Louise, well said. Get on to Tifo. The link is in the description. I'll pop it up in the live chat before we finish as well. We have a donated membership from Tom Porter, the legend that has been taken by Cesar Jurado. Welcome to the members club, my friend. And Tom, absolute legend. Thank you so much. Guys, we're almost at the like target. Before 15 minutes, you're nearly there. We need 11 more. Keep them going. Get your comments in on Zirkzee, please, everybody. Let's see what we've got. Can't comment on Zirkzee. Never seen him play. Fair enough, Henry. Is that the type of player that you would like, Henry, for Manchester United to be going for? The unknown, someone who's been scouted, someone who looks like he fits the profile that isn't sort of the big glitz and glamour name that we've been going down the road of before. Is this the way United should be going? Are you happy with that, Henry? If you don't know him, then you can comment another way and get involved that way, mate. There's a lot of people that actually will like Manchester United going in for players that are not too well known, that they don't know too much about. It makes them think that we're actually doing a proper job here at Manchester United with players being scouted who we don't know and profiles being worked out by the club and the structure and then bringing them into Manchester United because of the style of play. Hopefully. Well, I mean, I actually don't know. I do know who Zirkzee is. There was a rumour going on around January time with Zirkzee. Obviously, nothing was going to happen, and as we know, it's going to be difficult to buy a striker in January. But yes, just in as well, we have more news. Manchester United are considering an approach for Bologna as they weigh up Joshua Zirkee among a number of candidates to strengthen Erik ten Hag's attack. That's from David Ornstein now, so this is genuine. Obviously, now Ornstein has said it. It is going everywhere. So it is real. The leaks that came out earlier on from the guy in Italy seem to be true because David Ornstein of The Athletic has just put this out on Twitter as well. So yeah, Joshua Zirkee is the real deal. As in, this is a real target for Manchester United. 100% United are in for him and have approached his agent, so that's true as well. We can start looking ahead to the fact that, because Ornstein has said it, Manchester United are looking at their other area of the pitch that they need to improve, which is cover up front. I don't think this guy, and I'm going to keep saying it, I don't think this guy is cover. I don't think he wants to be cover. If United want Zirkzee, they are going to have to say that you fight for your place in this team and you will play if you are playing well. They cannot just push this guy aside and say you're going to come in and play second behind Rasmus Højlund. It's not going to fly. He has better options on the table financially and Champions League-wise and competition-wise. There is more for him out there. United are going to have to sweeten this somehow. The fees, I don't think are a problem for United because it's so low. And obviously, we can structure that deal to suit us and our financial situation, as long as Bologna go along with it. But you do have to be very, very careful, I think, with this one. So how do we get him in? What do you think, guys? Michael Manning, welcome to the Members Club. Gifted by the Honest Tiger. Thank you, my man. Absolutely buzzing with that. I'm going to announce the winner of the competition. There is going to be a post going up later on with the winner of the competition that Honest Tiger has donated to us. So, yeah, I will sort all of that out later on. I might even announce it on the watch along on TIFO later on, guys. So yeah, stay tuned. We will work out who is the winner of the show, of the competition, and we will announce it later on. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting for Manchester United going forward, I feel, with transfers with certain players like Zirkzee, because like Branthwaite before, we knew that we are the only one in for him, and we said that before, and that's why it was a bit worrying and positive at the same time, because people were like, why are we bidding stupid amounts of money for a player that no one else is in for? Should we not say that we're going to bid Everton in the bollocks, really, with it, because there's no one else in for him? We're not going there. Everton seem quite bullish and confident that they will get their price, and United have got no issue at all with walking away from the deal. So let's just say this. Let's just say that Manchester United offer Zirkzee playing time, and this is where a lot of players are going right now. In terms of contracts, they're making sure that they're getting the right amount of game time. So that's where I think Manchester United can maybe sweeten it a bit for him. Again, we'll have to do something along the lines of what we did with Branthwaite. His wages are going to be similar. I think we will probably just about offer more than anybody else. Definitely more wages than AC Milan, and I think we will offer more than Arsenal, although their wage bill has started to creep up a little bit over the last few years, with them being more successful. Right, quite rightly so, spending more when you've got more. Anthony Millington, welcome to the Members Club, gifted by Andrew Short. That's 3 gifted memberships tonight, guys. Thank you. We have got a generous bunch in tonight. Everybody is on the positive train, I feel. Please keep liking the video. We're already over 100. I really appreciate that, guys. Keep sharing and liking. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel as well if you are just tuning in. We're just about to hit 45,600 people. So, yeah, keep it up, guys. 3 years in a row, I have come away empty-handed, but I keep checking every day to try and pick up returns. That's Jonathan talking about away trips. Any good striker won't accept just being a backup. If he is, then he is not what we want. 100% agree with that one. Let's see what else we've got. Everyone's saying like the video as well. Thank you. Kia Drabdin has always made a habit of fleecing teams with agent fees. I think most agents are like this. This is very Mino Raiola tactic now, with lumping these big sums on. I said before, I'm not sure if anybody was listening at the time, but FIFA did try and cap agents' fees in football, but the Court of Arbitration for Sports, CAS, actually threw their case out. So it was looking like we were possibly going to get a cap on agents' fees, and then sliced right open by CAS again. Them wonderful people that let City off with their UEFA charges are the ones that have also let agents charge whatever they want to clubs. So yeah, it's one of them. We're going to have to just grin and bear whatever's coming our way. And them agent fees, I feel, are just going to go up and up and up. Matt Lambridge, Arsenal successful. What did I miss? They love to come second. I mean, in terms of money and revenues. You know what I mean by that, Mark. Yeah, I like the joke as well. Adam, the ties are tied. Busy, level points, me and you. That is Dream Team, says Gray. I don't know who you've got tonight. Agent Bruno and Dallo need to work on Neves to get him to United, from Stephanie. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully all of them in action tonight. We'll see Ronaldo tonight as well. Shakhtar, I think that's how you say it. I honestly go for Divinade from Sporting Lisbon. Young and very aggressive as well. Players that not many people know about. Again, that conversation keeps on coming up. And why Manchester United haven't been doing this in the past. A lot of people have been annoyed with it. But I always go back to, look, you cannot just take a player from obscurity and bring him into Manchester United. There are stepping stones to get to United, I feel. And that's why we aren't always in for that little gem, that diamond, that Kante, that Caicedo, them types of players. It's never United because United aren't looking for that type of player. They're looking for that player that's already established himself and then moves to a big club because we know we can handle it. It's pointless filling the squad with cheap players that are no good. And you can't take a risk as Manchester United. So we're always the second to get hold of the players. I think that's what's important to remember with United, not getting these so-called little gems. Jonathan, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Love that. What's up with you as well, Z? Welcome to the chat, mate. I also think the striker at Sporting is good, but I think his price tag is high. Isn't everybody's for a striker? It is. This is why Zirkzee ticks a lot of boxes. I'm just checking through what other news has come out now. Ornstein has done it. It's probably a few people jumping onto this. That guy Nick Samarero has definitely got something or knows something because he has just retweeted Ornstein's now as well. Let's see. Yep. Manchester United exploring a deal, considering approach, and they are aware of his buyout clause of 34 million. 34 million, guys. This is for a guy that has had a pretty decent season at Bologna. Not been there long and has got a hefty contract. But luckily for us, that has got a buyout, and that's why everybody's sniffing around him. So, yeah, let's see where that one goes. 3-1 to Turkey now. It's pretty much all over. Georgia have been fighting a valiant battle there. I went at the bar just before I came on as well. So that's been a cracker of a game. But yeah, that one looks like it's all over now. Done and dusted, as Adam says. Game over. That one is finished. So yes. Moving on. Other news. That's the transfer news updated. Now, a really interesting read regarding... just get the story up. Bear with me 1 second. The Zirkzee news is spreading everywhere now, so I'm just navigating around it. Let me just read through anything just to make sure that there's nothing extra we've missed here, guys. Oh yeah, Kobbie Mainoo's back to Erik ten Hag as well, as you'd expect him to. He was the manager that brought him through, so yeah, no drama there on that one, but spoke really well again today, Kobbie Mainoo, in his interview. Right, so Erik ten Hag has pretty much outed his Manchester United players, it would seem. Erik ten Hag reckons, I'm going to get the full story up here right now, reckons some of his Manchester United players were so badly affected by the negativity surrounding the club last season, it caused them to be injured. Okay, now straight away you're thinking, what the hell are you talking about? But there is more to it, and then it starts to translate itself a little bit. Ten Hag is of the belief that several of his squad were not mentally tough enough to cope with the criticism that came their way, with some unable to play through the pain barrier. Jesus, it's like he is dragging, and it starts to shed light on the injury situation with Manchester United. There's playing through the pain barrier, and then there's being forced to play because Ten Hag puts pressure on you like this. And then the injury situation comes to light again. You can't help but think, like, is Ten Hag really pushing players to the limit here? Like, I haven't got a problem with what he said at all. Like, there's some players there, they're mentally weak to handle Manchester United. That's quite clear. There is a mental block with a lot of these players. But to bring in the injury side of it, that's a bit of a jab. I think, and Disco Dave has actually come back with another retweet of this post now, and says, Ten Hag is known to feel this way about Anthony Martial. Yes, he has. That comment that I said the other day that Ten Hag always comes up with in his press conferences. Ten Hag needs to want to play. So Ten Hag knows that Martial has probably got a niggle. He's always injured. But when Martial's injured, it's like that sort of dead leg, no chance he's playing with that. He's out. He needs to be absolutely 100% if he wants to play. I think that's what Ten Hag is saying. It's like if the injury isn't that bad, he still wants the player to play, is what I'm reading from it. But Martial is a prime example. I think Ten Hag's talking about this now simply because Martial has left the building. And it's easy to talk when everything's done and everybody's gone. So that's where I think this is coming from. But seriously, like, talk about throwing the players under the bus a little bit. I think he's alluding to the ones that are leaving. Personally, I do. I think this is fully aimed at Anthony Martial. And maybe a little shot at Ineos as to say, get me another striker in right now. We cannot have the same situation where we haven't got enough cover in our team going into the new season. If we get the injury crisis that we had last time, we at least need players in this squad to actually come in and subsidise these other players, the injured ones. But in saying that as well, I think it's a little bit dangerous for Ten Hag because we all also know the likes of Luke Shaw and his reputation with injuries. Is he calling him out in this one? I think maybe Raphael Varane was another one. Anthony Martial, like I've just said. Players that, like what Wayne Rooney and Graham Souness were talking about towards the back end of last season when Wayne Rooney came out famously and said, I think some of these players are choosing not to play. I think some of these players can play, but they're choosing not to. And I think that's where we're at with this one. So Ten Hag hasn't backed out on this. He's gone full in on it. He's doubled down on it. He's basically calling out the players' mentality and saying, look, you need to be strong enough. If you're injured, or you think you're injured and it's a slight knock, then players are not going above and beyond for Ten Hag and trying to battle through it because they're scared of the criticism that's going to come their way once they underperform with playing. Like, he's saying that the players are scared, basically, is how I see it. And scared to make a mistake or scared to play through the pain barrier. That's how I see it, personally. Anyway, I don't know what you guys are looking at from that, but let me know in the chat. Shaw is one of them. I think, funny enough, back for England. Come on. Zirkzee, good player, but totally different to Rasmus. Can play anywhere in the front three. Is that what we need? I think he's more of a 9, mate, personally. He does have a lot of assists, though, so you're right in that one, Blondie. There is definitely something in Zirkzee in his creative side of things. James Ducker of The Telegraph now has jumped onto the Zirkzee news as well. This from last Thursday on Manchester United's pursuit of Zirkzee. Age, price and profile tick a lot of United boxes. United have a strong interest in Joshua Zirkzee. Juve and Milan also interested. Remains to be seen if Arsenal make a move. Now Sesko staying at Leipzig. 40 million release clause was called up to the Netherlands squad recently. Yes, that's from James Ducker. And I feel like now that you're getting all of the main protagonists within the media world jumping onto this, they feel like they've missed out on something, I feel, and are now looking into it a bit more. The news that came out before, and this guy who keeps dropping these little snippets of news, this communications officer from Juventus, he's definitely making a few waves right now. Michael Manning, my go-to channel for United news. Thanks for the amazing content, Adam. Michael, love that. Been a member for 5 months. Absolutely love it when people renew like that. You absolute legend, mate. Love it. Thank you very much, buddy. Thomas with a super chat. Rooney said the same about these players. Weak. Yep, he did, mate. That's what I just said then. Totally agree with you. And I think this is what people are alluding to. I think the MEN have also just mentioned something on this one. Their headline reads, Ten Hag's extraordinary theory on Manchester United injury record and what he really thought of Anthony Martial. Yeah, Lucas definitely isn't going to hold back on that one. We have just hit 600 subscribers as well. The next 100 is in the bag, guys. Thank you very much. Keep subscribing, keep sharing the video. Let's get more people in the chat and get more people giving their opinions, because that is what it is about. Over 150 likes as well, guys. We are definitely hitting the 200 mark tonight. Come on, guys. Let's get them likes up and hit that 200 mark, please. Let's keep going. I want to get your opinions next on all of this. We need a versatile forward that can play across the front three. We don't need another winger. We don't need another winger. If you had to choose between which forward we needed, it would be a number 9, a versatile player. I mean, we've said, all right, Ten Hag has said that Marcus Rashford can be a number 9. Marcus Rashford can play on the left. He can play on the right. Personally, everyone knows I don't want Marcus Rashford at the football club, but if you're breaking it down as to players that are available for Ten Hag, Rashford fits that bill. I would still go for the number 9, personally. I don't think we need cover on the wing. As well as his creative side is Zirkzee and the amount of assists he's got in Serie A last season, I still would rather us bringing in a forward to score bloody goals. We need to score bloody goals. That's what we need to do. I would prefer Zirkzee so we can go all in for Sesko next summer. I think Arsenal are probably going to get Sesko next summer now. If they... Arsenal need a striker. They cannot wait for Sesko. So Arsenal will be sniffing around everyone that we're looking at in the striker department, 100%. So let's just have a look, see how Ineos approach it and what they can do from it. Slowly getting impatient now. We need to seal these deals. Pre-season is creeping up slowly. Stretford Gamer, I reckon wait until we actually get to the 1st of July, like I said. I think then, like next month, we're going to start hitting the jackpot with a lot of the stories and everything going on. I would prefer Zirkzee. Again, another one. Great show. Doing well, Adam. Thank you, Thomas. Thanks again for everyone who's saying well done on Sky earlier on as well. He's announcing the winner on a separate video or in TIFO, but from what I could see, it was between you and 2 others. Yes, we are going to sort out the competition, guys. Don't worry. Neil says we have now wingers who provide service. Garnacho still developing. Rash, Ahmad, Antony, spell mid-table finish again and no service. Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's the fear of the same thing happening again. Lack of goals last season was absolute brutal killer for Manchester United. It was. Rashford is a left winger and not a centre forward. When he plays there, he looks out of his depth. He can't hold the ball up. That's why. He's a player over the top and needs space to run into. Otherwise, he's useless. Completely useless. Come on, guys. Almost at the 200 like mark. We only need, 27 more. That would be a fantastic way to round off the day. If you could, just keep liking the video, guys. Just to go in again, where are you guys at with Ten Hag's comment? I've not seen many of you put your thoughts on that. I'll know Zirkzee and that news is sort of taking over a little bit right now. So, yeah, I'm going to double check again just to make sure nothing else has come out on that. No, it's because David Ornstein has jumped onto this that everyone is now having a little bit of a mini meltdown on social media about it. Considering approach for Zirkzee, yep. 34 million buyout, 100% Manchester United target. Crystal Palace, according to TalkSport, are also preparing themselves for a bid from a Premier League rival. What rival means, I don't know. Whether it's a team further up the league, possibly, yes. For, obviously, Mark Guehi. We spoke about him earlier on as being a possible alternative to Jarrad Branthwaite, but, yeah. At the moment, it is all Jarrad Branthwaite, and now we've got Zirkzee added to this as well, and communication being made there. The spine and the targets have been set. Zirkzee, Neves, Branthwaite all fit the profile of players that Ineos are looking to build Manchester United with. Can we get these players over the line? That is the next question in all of that. Keep your comments coming in, guys. We got a little bit of time to run yet, so I want to get as many opinions in as I possibly can. What else have we got in here? 90% were fit for the cup final. 2 weeks earlier, we struggled to put a side out together. Yep. Blondie says, fair enough. Could cover all bases by being so versatile. Yeah, I mean, I Sorry, it's just my opinion on this one, mate, that I just don't like versatile players. I'd rather them just be that master of the one position. That's where I want them to be. But yeah, I do understand everyone looking at the versatile players being a bit of a bonus, because we have been short, massively short up front with players this season. And yeah, it's a difficult one to balance. It's a difficult one to actually figure out if it is going to work for United, because we've got a lot of players that play everywhere. And finding your best team out in that situation, I feel, is chaotic, awkward, and complicated. It is. It's not ideal. So you look at it and you go, yeah, that's great, but if he has one good game out wide, is Ten Hag then going to just think, well, he's just going to leave him out there? And then we've got another wide player all of a sudden, and it's just Rasmus Højlund again. I'd rather know that I'm just bringing a striker on, personally. A striker for a striker, or someone who's actually going to be real competition. I think that's how we have to do it. That's my personal opinion on it. I just want an out-and-out striker. I want goals. That's what I need. Neves is not in the side for Portugal. Probably come on off the bench. You look at the Portugal side. I think it's the reality of it. Like, there are a lot of high-quality players in that side. I think that's probably why. Yeah. Let's see what else we've got in the chat here. Just 1 second as I'm reading through. Adam, what are your thoughts on Zirkzee's agent's crazy demand? Again, not surprised, mate. Kia Dragim, he's known for it. He is of, like Graham said earlier on in the chats, the Mino Raiola sort of agent, slaughtering clubs with massive agent fees. I've heard Kia Dragim speaking, and Simon Jordan on TalkSport has grilled him many a times in how agents are. Obviously, Simon Jordan, being a former owner, hated agents because they were the ones that complicated deals with the amount of money that they want. And then you would go from confidently getting a player to not happening because the agent isn't happy with something. And if the agent's not happy with part of the deal, the player is not going to be signing for that football club. It's as simple as that. Common football knowledge will tell you that. He does, but it won't happen this year. I don't think we'd need to buy 3 midfielders if he goes as well. Not sure what that is all about. All positions, mate. I agree, Adam. We need specialists in one position. Yep. When the team thrives, Rashford thrives. Seems obvious, but it is true. But he's the leader. He's the one that needs to set the standard. So, yeah, it's an awkward one. Again, in talking about Marcus Rashford. I pretty much made my mind up about him last season. I still don't think we're going to win the league with Marcus Rashford being a mainstay in our side. I'll stick with that. I don't think we will. And I think he's proved that. I think he has proved that last season. Tell Zirkzee to sack him and we'll split the difference, says Nick. Not the amount of money that these agents get these players. Not a chance. It's good Neves isn't an automatic starter for Portugal. If he was, there will be competition from another and more clubs, probably Anthony was saying. Well, we've already got competition from PSG and Liverpool for Neves, so the competition is already there. I think what we're looking at is, don't set the world on fire in the Euros because the price goes up and everybody then wants a piece of him. And United are not in the strongest position to deal with that negotiation and battling off other clubs. I'm confident that Branthwaite can get done, but that's because we are the only club in for him. But Neves, different ball game altogether in negotiating that deal out. 2 more likes to hit that 200 mark, guys. Thank you so much. It has been another fantastic show. I am going to leave you there. Quickly run through a few more of your comments quickly before I leave. Cesar, we can't rely on Rashford's wishy-wash or Luke Shaw's inconsistent fitness. No, we can't. Let's see. I would rather play Gore in midfield than McTominay, says Z. No, Rashford plays well to get his money up. His stats show that 9 goals a season average for 132 grand a week. Imagine what he would pay a prime R9. God forbid. God. Yep, guys, that is it. Over 200 likes. You absolutely killed it. You smashed it tonight. Massive thanks to the mods again. Thank you to everyone getting involved. That is our up-to-date show. We are heading across to TIFO, guys. Let me just get that up and pin it in the chat again for everybody. In the chat, in the description as well, is our Discord channel as well, guys. Get involved in that chat as well. The conversation continues as always. I have just put the link for TIFO into the chat now, guys, so make sure you get onto that. Join us for the Portugal game. We will be watching if Neves does actually come on the pitch and get involved. But yeah, there is the link, guys. Let me know if there is any problems. Just put a little message on this video in the comment section and we'll get around to it and try and clear that up. But yeah, guys, that is it. We're all finished. Thank you so much, everybody. Quick fire show, even though it went on for quite a bit. But we're now heading over to watch Portugal against the Czech Republic. We're on Bruno watch, guys. Dallo, Ronaldo, and hopefully Neves if he comes on off the bench. But for now, that's it. Have a great evening. Please do come over and join us on TIFO. Let's get plenty of numbers in there and get a few people on the show tonight again. And, well, hopefully we get a decent game. The last two have been 1-0 apiece and been shit, really. So hopefully tonight's a good one. I'll see you there, everyone. Have a good one. Like, share, and subscribe for Every United TV.